When society collapses and infrastructure fails, the greatest danger you'll face isn't lack of resources, it's other people. In a world without electricity, law enforcement, or emergency services, you're left with only your preparations and the individuals around you, many of whom will reveal their true nature under extreme pressure. Within your immediate vicinity right now, 3 distinct personality types exist. Under normal circumstances, they blend into everyday life, but when catastrophe strikes, they emerge as serious threats. Your ability to recognize these individuals within the first 2 days could determine whether you survive the first week. Imagine someone who has watched everything meaningful in their life disappear: family, home, hopes for the future. What remains isn't grief or fury, but an unsettling emptiness. This individual represents your most unpredictable danger because they operate without concern for consequences. When someone reaches this psychological state, traditional deterrents become meaningless. They have no loved ones requiring protection, no future requiring preservation, no internal brakes preventing extreme actions. This person might rob you of critical supplies, destroy your shelter, or assault you based on mere suspicion, all without hesitation. Recognition comes through observing specific behavioral patterns. Notice dramatic emotional fluctuations, someone who transitions instantly from composure to hysteria. Watch for impulsive choices and explosive reactions to trivial provocations. When someone responds to a simple glance with disproportionate hostility, you're witnessing more than stress. You're seeing someone approaching a breaking point. These individuals often withdraw, but not for healthy introspection. They disconnect from group interactions, cease communication, and fixate on emptiness as though mentally rehearsing their final actions. This isolation signals planning rather than processing. Managing this threat requires immediate separation. Resist any urge to provide counseling or emotional repair. You lack the expertise, and they lack receptiveness. Should interaction become unavoidable, employ de-escalation techniques. Maintain calm vocal tones. Avoid commitments you can't keep. Refrain from confrontational challenges, and allow them to feel acknowledged without granting them authority. This approach sometimes buys precious time. However, compassion has limits in survival situations. When an individual puts your group's safety in danger, separation becomes necessary. You cannot rescue everyone, and attempting to do so may result in mutual destruction. This category includes former military personnel, law enforcement officers, or anyone with significant combat or street experience. Their defining characteristic isn't just capacity for violence, it's their comfort with it. They've employed force previously and will do so again without moral anguish. While others panic, this individual flourishes. Disorder creates their ideal environment. They possess organizational skills, intimidation capabilities, and expertise in controlling both materials and people. Their danger stems not merely from brutality, but from tactical thinking and strategic planning. Physical indicators help identification. Visible scars, specific tattoo styles, and distinctive movement patterns. They maintain upright posture, constantly survey their surroundings, and always track escape routes. Their confidence persists even amid chaos. This reflects experience rather than false bravado. They demonstrate remarkable composure under pressure, displaying neither panic nor uncertainty. Combat veterans understand that fear compromises effectiveness. This emotional control makes them especially lethal because while you're experiencing terror, they're executing calculations and forming strategies. Interaction requires authenticity. Never attempt false displays of toughness. They'll detect deception instantly and exploit your weakness. Avoid direct challenges whenever possible. If engagement becomes necessary, demonstrate value through information sharing, resource exchange, or strategic partnership while maintaining your position. These individuals respect both strength and usefulness. Establish yourself as valuable without appearing vulnerable. Define boundaries early, making clear you're not easy prey without issuing overt threats. This requires careful balance, standing firm without triggering aggressive response. If they're commanding others, exercise additional caution. Their charisma inspires loyalty through fear and psychological manipulation. They resist backing down and require long-term strategic thinking to manage. This represents the most insidious danger because they project benevolence. They appear as community organizers, supply sharers, and concerned neighbors. They construct trust networks and create safety perceptions. Once positioned centrally with everyone dependent on them, they achieve total control. They don't require violence because they wield something more powerful: influence over people and resources. This makes them supremely dangerous. Their approach relies on misdirection. They integrate seamlessly, possibly being your actual neighbor, fellow survivor, or group member. By the time you recognize the deception, your resources have vanished, or you've become vulnerable to worse consequences. Detection requires noticing subtle indicators, excessive friendliness, and overeager assistance. They pose slightly too many questions about your supplies, strategies, and vulnerabilities, disguising interrogation as caring concern. Listen for inconsistent narratives. Details change between narratives, and they become guarded or evasive regarding their background. Dishonest people inevitably make mistakes if you're paying attention. Watch for isolation tactics. Private conversations away from the group. They're testing allegiances, gathering intelligence, and sowing distrust through classic division strategies. Confronting them directly proves counterproductive. They'll deny accusations and manipulate the group against you. Instead, create distance, secure your assets, restrict sensitive information access, and if they've already infiltrated your group, make the difficult decision to remove them before anticipated damage occurs. Success requires reading people before they become threats. This isn't moral judgment. It's understanding human behavior under extreme stress and applying that knowledge for survival. Examine historical patterns. Individuals with violent or manipulative backgrounds invariably return to those behaviors under pressure. Use available background information strategically. Observe stress responses. Someone barely maintaining composure will eventually lash out. Someone unnaturally calm might be strategizing patiently. Body language reveals truth. Rigid posture, clenched fists, eye contact avoidance or excessive staring, nervous movements, and repetitive pacing all signal someone near their breaking point. Monitor speech patterns. Rambling explanations, excessive justifications, and intrusive personal questions all constitute warning signs. Apply this psychology advantageously. If someone needs to control feelings, let them believe they have it while you guide situations subtly. Ultimately, this profiling protects your critical assets. Don't advertise possessions. Blend with others through similar clothing and equipment. Secure valuable items across multiple concealed locations using burial, camouflage, and unmarked containers. Transport supplies discreetly in small quantities during quiet periods. Maintain detailed inventory systems to detect theft immediately. Survival transcends stockpiling supplies. It requires understanding humanity's most dangerous variable. Each threat type demands different recognition and neutralization approaches. Without these skills, no amount of preparation ensures survival. Stay alert, maintain healthy suspicion, and remember that trust becomes an unaffordable luxury when civilization collapses.